Hello friends, I'm Fench, and today was the first time I was genuinely upset about travelling in an electric car. Let me show you why. So the day actually started out great. I had charged my car overnight, and we were getting ready for a 400-kilometre day trip with the kid. Theoretically, we should make it there and back without a charging stop, but since we're fast drivers on the autobahn, I expected to make a stop on the way back. We had a 160-kilometre trip ahead of us, as we were going for a quick trip to Leipzig, a larger city in the old eastern part of Germany. I unfortunately didn't attach the GoPro correctly, so I'm afraid the time-lapse is not that interesting. You can however see that we're mostly driving at around 150 to 170 kilometers per hour. That's also why I expected us needing to do a charging stop on our way back, as fast driving just isn't very efficient in an electric car. It's even less efficient when there's constant traffic, and you have to continuously brake and accelerate all the time. In hindsight, I should probably just have kept at 120, but then the video wouldn't have been as much fun to watch, right? As we arrived in Leipzig, we had gone from 83 to 34% charge. Our consumption had been 209 watt-hours per kilometre, which I guess is quite decent considering our travelling speed. Although the last 20 minutes we did end up in some low-speed traffic before arriving. We had to make a quick pit stop to feed our son, but before doing so, I couldn't stop myself from getting a few shots of the exterior. What a great-looking car. I then quickly mixed a bottle on the rear seats as the kid eagerly waited. Then a quick feed on the passenger seat. Who says a Model 3 Performance isn't a great family cruiser? Tiny bit of sightseeing, and we then arrived at the car park. Following my earlier mentioned philosophy, I don't want to waste my time searching the city drive for some place where I can charge, which in most cases is either going to be far away from where I actually want to go, or, in probably most cases for bigger cities, it will already be taken by someone else, or a non-electric car has taken up the spot so I can't charge anyways. And yes, at least in Germany that happens a lot. So here we are. You'll get the short version as I didn't film that much, but we did get a bit of sushi to eat. I bought some cartridges for my fountain pen, the little one bought some tea, and that was it. Now sit back, because this is where the day turns sour. As I'm preparing the navigation for our way back, it's telling we need a charging stop, which I fully accept. We're only at 32%, so we won't make it back without, unless perhaps if we would hypermile the drive back. But we of course won't do that. Here's my issue with the navigation. It tells me to go to the airport supercharger, to which we will arrive at with 23% charge. First of all, the airport supercharger isn't directly on the fastest route back. Secondly, I want to arrive at a charger with around 10% for faster and more efficient charging. The higher state of charge, the slower the charge will be, the longer it will take. Now, can someone please explain to me, why can I only see charges in a radius of 30 kilometers of my current location? Even by moving the map around, it doesn't update with supercharger locations. How can I see alternative charging spots further along the route? It doesn't make any sense. After some fiddling around, I chose to just go ahead and see if I could maybe fix it along the way. To no one's surprise, I of course couldn't. I kept trying different routes and destinations, but it always wanted me to go to the airport supercharger, which I didn't want to. It was also still not possible to locate chargers along the route, at a distance further than 30 to 50 kilometers away from my current position. Why, Tesla, why? Am I the one doing something wrong? Did I miss a setting or a button somewhere? I just couldn't seem to work it out and I didn't know what to do. I figured there would be more Tesla chargers along the route, I just couldn't figure out where. All it displayed was a bunch of other chargers I have no interest in using. Not only are they more expensive than Tesla chargers, but they always want you to sign up and give your data to them, rather than have one centralized system. It is horrible. It's one of the things I hate about charging an electric car outside of Tesla chargers, and why I'm so persistent on routing myself to a Tesla charger a bit further away. It has now been 40 minutes and I've had to resort to opening the web browser to find a supercharger along my route. Is this how you're supposed to plan your routes? Of course there's no button either to transfer the route directly from the Tesla map into the car's navigation. I mean, why would there, right? Anyways, I finally found a charger along my route and added it to the car's navigation. I should arrive with 6%. Perfect. Wrong. Suddenly an error message pops up. Supercharger temporarily closed. Well, isn't that just great? Back to square one again. With the state of charge decreasing, I now don't have the luxury of wasting much more time finding a Tesla charger, and I have to go with one of the third-party chargers. So back into the charger map, which only shows chargers in a close radius to my current position. Yes, I am annoyed with this. Anyways, after some searching, I managed to find one close enough on our route, and I honestly just wanted to get this over with at this point. It had now taken 1 hour of my time, albeit while driving, but still 1 hour of frustration. At least we would now finally be able to charge the car, and it was probably also time for the little one to get something more to drink. Thankfully, the chargers were at a Shell gas station, so there would be plenty of opportunity to buy some snacks or get something to drink. But first, let's get this car charged up. This would be my first time trying out a non-Tesla charger. As I reverse into the charging spot, the time is 14:39. Now I just have to figure out how to activate this thing. We'll start, I guess. Then I click pay as a guest. Only option is something called intercharge. Sounds like something separate they want me to sign up for as well. For fuck's sake, no. Well, I guess I have to get the app then. So I download the app, sign up for an account, as one must, add my credit card details, confirm with my bank, blah blah blah. I can then finally, from within the app, activate the charger that I'm parked at. Let's go. Let's get this car charged up. Alright, it's blinking or something. Nothing is happening though. Let's give it a moment. Thank you for your 0 kilowatt charge. Well, what? Maybe I'll just pay as a guest. Oh, that's right. I had to get this intercharge thing, which I don't want to. I go back. Let's try the app again. Now for the 5th time. Still doesn't work. I decide to try another charging cable. Who knows, perhaps there's something wrong with this one, even if it gives no error message or indication thereof. And well, wouldn't you know it? It now works. It started charging. It has been 10 minutes since we arrived. Yes, 10 minutes. We're at least now charging full speed, which is close to 200 kilowatt. A decent speed, I guess, at 20% state of charge. I've had speeds of more than 230, but I think my state of charge was also lower that time. That's why you want to get to a supercharger with as low state of charge as possible, as it will then be most effective. And there she is, charging in all her glory. Finally getting this to work was very satisfying, but God, it's annoying when these things don't work. It's experiences like this that will keep people from going electric, as it's so incredibly frustrating to deal with. And it shouldn't have to be like this, it really shouldn't. But oh well. Nothing a quick double espresso and a bite in the leg can't cure. Even the little one is happy that we're soon set to go. At 49%, we should be good to get back home again. We always try and return with around 10% charge, so that we recharge with our cheaper rates at home. Here's a quick look at the charging curve. As you can see, it drastically falls off the higher your state of charge is. In our case, we were able to charge 25 kilowatt hours in 10 minutes. It may not be the fastest charging EV, but it's good enough for us. My God, I shouldn't have looked in the back. With a freshly charged battery, we were once again ready to take on the autobahn. I do apologise for the camera angle. I'm planning a second autobahn high-speed video next week, and I'll definitely make sure it's better then. As we arrived back home, our consumption since the charge was at an all-time high of 230 watt-hours per kilometre. We did of course also drive quite fast when possible, so that was kind of expected. It feels good to be back home again though. Our son is asleep, so we're just going to chill with him in the car and catch up on some Netflix. If you enjoy this kind of content, you can always consider subscribing to our channel, as we plan to do a lot of these small storytellings of our lives with the Model 3 Performance. Anyways, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye from all of us.